Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote. Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe. Early in the morning, they went to the table. And they pulled out the vote. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the pulled out the voting. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the pulled out the voting. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the early in the morning. They went to put there a number of hours before the black early in the morning. The black shield.
Fuck ass. Ass fuck. Shit fuck. Ass. Ass fuck. Shit fuck. Ass. Is this thing on? Is this fucking thing on? Is this goddamn fucking thing on? It is on. Hello, folks, and welcome to the goddamn motherfucking fuck. I am your host, the motherfucking fucker, and I am here once again to drink out of an elephant. All right. So, welcome to the goddamn show. I am your host. I already said that part. So this is the show. We got a show here, folks. We're doing a whole fucking show. We're doing an entire goddamn this morning. I finished my elephant of coffee. We got Mila in the chat. We got pork ass, motherfucking chop ass, motherfucking express in the goddamn. We got Felix. We got Abner. We got Scorp. We got Mr. Freak Glitcher. We got J Creates. We got the one and only Cloud. We got That it? Is that it? Did I say reel on? We got ham, motherfucking stir. I'm gonna stir my soup and then serve it to you cold because you're a bitch. Hello, Courtney the Slip. I don't know what slip means, but Courtney the Slip is here. Happy Sunday. Scoop aboveers. Heart that's purple. Welcome to the goddamn. I am your host. Alright, so the motherfucker. Alright, so we are here today to do a show. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that show. We got a show lined up for today. Again, it's the weekend, so today's show will be a little short. For those of you that missed it, last night I streamed Slender, The Arrival. So around, I guess, like a 30-40 minute stream. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did not enjoy it, then that's a problem. But if you did enjoy it, then that's not a problem. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you didn't see it, feel free to watch. Feel free not to watch. I don't really care. Tonight, I don't know what I'm playing, folks. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm playing tonight. But I might be playing something. And so that's I'll be playing something tonight. Don't know quite what it is that I'll be playing, but I will be playing something tonight. So that will be happening. I think I will go live once again at the regular time of 7 p.m. So that's, I don't know what I'm playing yet, but I will play something. But anyway, the Spook 5 Killer can wait. Yesterday was day 172 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police shooting, I saw a cat on the sidewalk, of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st, 2021. We've been out here for 172 days straight. And it's an incredible thing to witness. Again, folks, the facts of the case here are very simple. 7 sheriff deputies armed with loaded and ready machine guns on the back of a pickup truck pulled up at the intersection of Roanoke and Perry on the morning of April 21st, 2021 at 8:30 in a school zone. A school is literally on the same street. And they fired multiple dozen bullets randomly, striking Andrew Brown Jr. in the back of the head, killing him as he was attempting to flee the hit squad. In their attempted assassination of Andrew Brown Jr., shots misfired into a neighbor's house, went through their walls, and nearly killed them. No charges will be filed against the police officers, even the ones that shot into an innocent neighbor's house for no reason, even the ones that killed Andrew Brown Jr. for no reason. All of them for shooting guns wildly in a school zone at 8:30 a.m. No one, not a single one of the officers will face any charges, and that's because District Attorney Andrew Womble is a corrupt, bald-faced motherfucker, and he's got an office inside the sheriff's department. Yeah, that's right. There's no collusion there. There's no corruption there. His office is literally inside of the sheriff's department. So I wonder, is he going to prosecute cases fairly? Is he going to be an impartial prosecutor? Is he oh, look, the police officers did something wrong. I'm going to try them like I would in... Oh, no, of course not. Instead, what he did was he covered up the case. He made a way for them to dodge accountability by not releasing the video of the assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. It is still 172 days later. It is still not released. The Pasquotank County Board of Commissioners gave the Sheriff's Department a raise. That's right. So they murdered Andrew Brown Jr. The murderers specifically got paid vacation. They got to put their feet up on the coffee table and watch Netflix, right? For a couple weeks, maybe I think one of them had a month. Then they went back to work, got a raise, and are now back on the streets, apparently calling themselves peace officers. Yeah, that's right. The Pasquotank County Board of Commissioners spent 69,000 United States dollars of our tax money to rebrand the Sheriff's Department as the Peace Officers of Pasquotank County. What? Peace officers? Robert Morgan is not a peace officer. He shot someone who was running away from him in the back of the head. That is not something a peace officer does. It's just not. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. So, we have been out here for 172 days doing daily demonstrations, making sure that they understand that maybe they could be corrupt, but they're not going to be corrupt in the cloak of darkness. They will be corrupt in the sunlight for the entire world to see. And that is what I have as my goal. I want as many people that I possibly can inform to know how corrupt Pasquotank County is. A garbage county full of garbage public officials. Elizabeth City, a garbage city of garbage public officials. Every single one of them is corrupt or useless. Again, I remind you, what happened when shit hit the fan and the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department murdered someone? The Elizabeth City City Council and the Elizabeth City Police Department conspired, colluded, and managed to fake an outrage so that the mayor would declare a state of emergency and bring riot cops in so all of their buddies could get some extra overtime pay. Every member of the city council is corrupt or useless. The ones who fought back against that evil, disgusting power grab didn't fight back hard enough, right? They're either all corrupt or some are corrupt and some are useless. And I have no time at all for any of that. I'm sick of seeing the police be celebrated as heroes by public officials as they accept rewards for underpaying people to paint Black Lives Matter on the street. For those of you that don't know how the Black Lives Matter mural worked, they paid someone $100. Just kidding, he wasn't paid $100. The $100 he was given was for art supplies. That wasn't even enough to cover the entire cost, right? And then they pocketed the rest of the money while the city council got a reward. They accepted a reward for painting Black Lives Matter on the street. While the people that actually did the artwork got next to nothing, and while the family of Andrew Brown Jr. is still suffering, knowing that they cannot see the videotape, they don't know anything about what's going on 172 days later. But hey, the city council got their reward. Eddie Buffalo got his promotion. So all is well in the corrupt world of Elizabeth City politics, except for every single one of the 18,000 residents that doesn't have a city job, that doesn't work for the government, that isn't a politician. I should be specific in saying that. People can be garbage collectors and still not have this corrupt level of power, of course. So at the end of the day, this is how small towns operate. Corruption at the core. Either if you want to convince me that your specific favorite city council person isn't corrupt, okay, they're useless then. That's the only alternative. Corrupt or useless. And any city council that declared a state of emergency when there was no emergency and had riot cops beat the shit out of their own civilians for fun, that's not a city government I can trust. A city government, a city council that shut down in March of 2020 during the so-called attempted lockdown that this country had. And then wait, they brought back the city council meetings for one last session. And that was to vote to increase their salaries. And then they locked down again. And then they spent a long time without even talking to constituents. When the coronavirus pandemic hit the fan, they raised their own salaries and went into hiding. And that mentality is really, 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 really showcased heavily over the last 172 days. Corrupt gremlins and goblins, every single one of them should be ashamed of themselves. Alley CIA in the goddamn. Folks, let's talk about North Carolina. Does anyone want to talk about North Carolina and what a shitty, fucked up state this is?
Oh, wait.
Well, don't. Here is the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, at a church service.
We have got to wrestle this away from those folks. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it is flat out child abuse. Take your children and tell them they have to attend school. Don't have a choice. And then some of them will tell them they don't want you to have a choice where they go to school. You have to send your children here to school. Then when they get there, what do they teach them? Teach them a bunch of stuff about how to hate America. Teach them a bunch of stuff about why they're racist. Teach them a bunch of stuff about transgenderism and homosexuality. I'm saying this now, and I've been saying it, and I don't care who likes it. Those issues have no place in a school. There's no reason anybody anywhere in America should be telling any child about transgenderism, homosexuality, any of that filth. And yes, I called it filth. And if you don't like it that I called it filth, come see me and I'll explain it to you. It's time for us to stop letting these children be
I would love to have a private meeting with no security and no cameras with you, Mr. Mark. Again, this is the situation we're dealing with. This is the second highest ranking official in North Carolina talking about how transgender people are quote unquote filth. Filth. What did transgender people do to deserve being called filth? Well, they just asked not to be shot and killed. Murdered? They just wanted to go use the restroom? But they're being called filth for just wanting to live their goddamn lives. This motherfucker. Also, at the beginning of the clip, he's advocating against sending kids to school. He said, if you don't want to send your kids to school, don't. Okay. I mean, maybe we can agree with that. I don't know. But either way, I mean, again, this is what we're dealing with, right? Well, Dave Chappelle is going up there doing his I'm Team Turf crusade. This is what's really happening on the ground. And this is why we need to look at context when it comes to a lot of these things, right? When you are going up there and you ostensibly want to convince people you're not a right-wing lunatic, and you're going out there using the same language and the same attacks during the same moment that right-wing lunatics are doing something, you are complicit in the lunacy being widespread, right? Like, anytime, like, if it's like, you know, trans rights have been set in stone for 60 years and you want to make a very off-color joke, whatever, who cares? Like, people's lives aren't at risk at that point, right? But it would be like if it's like 1963, right, and you have like a white comedian making racist jokes. Yeah, it's a really bad time to be making racist jokes at that time. You cannot convince me you're not a racist if you're making racist jokes in 1927, motherfucker, right? And that's really what we're kind of dealing with here with trans people, right? You have the whole mainstream media just kind of letting this happen. Do you see this kind of stuff on cable news and mainstream media being talked about? How right-wingers are basically going on a crusade, trying to commit a genocide of an entire group of people? They don't care. They don't give a fuck because there's no real rich trans people. There's only like 2 or 3 rich trans people. And even then, they don't give a fuck. They became rich by stepping on the people below them and getting into the fucking popular class. No one gives a fuck about trans people. Then you see these stupid, dumb fuck comedians going out there saying, oh, I'm going to get canceled for saying this. Whoa! While he's agreeing with far-right lunatics who, again, don't want kids in school. They don't want kids in school saying homosexuals are filth. That's the group of people Dave Chappelle is supporting, agreeing with, and a member of, right? This is the entire, country. And we look across the pond, you see there's turf hysteria in the United Kingdom as well. What the hell did trans people do to cause such a fucking uproar amongst these uppity little losers? Well, little, I say, not talking about Mark Robinson here, of course. But these uppity fucking losers. Oh no, a trans person exists. Ah! Really? Really? What did a gay person ever do to deserve being called filth by the second highest ranking official in North Carolina? This is the country we live in. It's garbage. It's run by people that are garbage. Trash. Dumpster fire, dipshit motherfuckers. This is trash. Mark Robinson is an evil, garbage human being, and the sooner he leaves the planet, the better the planet will be as a result. Fuck him. Fuck everything he stands for. I hope to God that he doesn't have any opportunity to enact any policy changes with this platform of hatred and disgust. I mean, this is the fucking state I live in. I gotta get the fuck out of here, folks. Gotta get the fuck out of here. Let me tell you. Whew. So, in other news, we have the Fred Hampton Leftist podcast network. Now, this is a network, a podcast, a group of folks that, again, they call themselves leftist. They are ostensibly a left-wing podcast network. Well, here is a clip that, this isn't taken out of context that someone, said, ooh, wow, they really fucked up there. Let me snip that clip and post it on Twitter. They clipped this themselves. They said, damn, this is a banger, and they posted it on their page. Here is one of the hosts, J.B. Font, defending transphobia using right-wing dog whistle language like transgenderism, and defending the idea that misgendering a dead trans person is good. And also, Dave Chappelle can't be transphobic. He had a trans friend whom he misgendered in some quote-unquote eulogy. Let's listen.
Just let me make this point, because I watched the special, okay? One of the things that Dave Chappelle actually brought out was that he tells a story about his transgender friend who's a comedian.
I have a trans friend. Oh, I can't be racist. I have a black friend. Look, it's my black friend. Oh, I'm not homophobic. My best friend's cousin is gay. I'm not. No. I got a trans friend. Therefore, when I say that I'm Team TERF, I'm actually not transphobic. When I agree with a billionaire who's on an anti-trans crusade, whose words are enacting legislation literally in multiple countries of people that want to commit a genocide. No. Because I have a dead trans friend whom I'm going to misgender over and over and over again. And they're dead, so they can't defend themselves. Yeah, that's right.
And he basically talks to her, and she basically spells out that she does not need for him to understand transgenderism. I guess I just made a word. But he needs her to
and then
just
you have
see
this little dumb fuck over here laughing. And meanwhile, everyone else looks bored. This guy's rolling a fucking joint or some shit. Nick looks like he's off in his own world. I don't know who Sabrina is, but she's not paying attention. This guy is just on some real shit right here.
that she's going through the human experience. And he talks about how he respects that we as black people just want you to see our humanity. You don't have to understand our blackness, but just respect it and know that we're going through a human experience as well. So he tied those two together. But a lot of people, because they never saw the special, they're speaking from secondhand knowledge of it.
I don't understand why the Fred Hampton Leftist Network is so fucking hell-bent on defending a billionaire called J.K. Rowling. Why are you defending billionaires? Right. Also, Hillary Clinton is on the same ideological worldview as Dave Chappelle. Are you defending Hillary Clinton? I never thought I would see the day where the Fred Hampton Leftist podcast is defending a group of people that contains Hillary Clinton and J.K. Rowling. because they feel the need to be counterculture. They can't say, yeah, Dave Chappelle, I might like his comedy, but this one was really bad. They just can't say it. They're unable to empathize with transgender people at all. At all. Using right-wing dog whistle language like transgenderism. Oh, I got a trans friend. I got a black friend, folks. Yeah. No. When I'm advocating, when I say it's my heritage and it's not hate, and when I want to keep the Civil War statues, no. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. My black friend agrees. Oh. I'm not gay, or I'm not homophobic. No. My best friend is gay. So, when I say that I don't want homos in the military, it's actually not homophobic because my best friend's gay. What? When you misgender a trans person as they're dead, I'm sorry, there is no I'm sorry, there is no but context. What are you, fucking Sam Harris? Oh, context. Context. I just baffled.
They don't know that he actually talks about it and actually, gives basically a kind of almost like a eulogy for his transgender friend that committed suicide because she was canceled on Twitter.
Whoa! Okay, folks. This is an absolute banger of a clip. And again, they posted this themselves. So, Dave Chappelle's trans friend, whom Dave Chappelle misgenders in his eulogy, they killed themselves because they got canceled on Twitter? What? Now, again, I am not familiar with the entire detailed storyline here, but I find it hard to believe that a trans comedian killed themselves because they got canceled on Twitter. And also, what does being canceled look like as a trans person? It looks like getting assaulted. It looks like getting killed. It looks like getting sexually assaulted. It looks like getting mocked. It looks like getting thrown in jail and laughed at by police. It looks like a lot of things that don't look like Dave Chappelle getting criticized on the internet. Not even remotely in the same fucking league. I'm sorry. Yeah, my dead trans friend, whom I'm going to misgender, got canceled on Twitter. What? And these dumb fuck motherfuckers are out there just going like, yup, yup, Compton J is going like, like, these motherfuckers, I'm sorry, if you take any of them seriously, you're a dumb bitch. You're a fucking loser if you take these little clown fucking stupid goofballs seriously. They're using Fred Hampton's legacy, and their podcast is garbage. And they're using their platform to shit on transgender people and defend billionaires. They're defending Hillary Clinton. They're defending J.K. Rowling. They're defending rich millionaire cocksucker losers like Dave Chappelle. And they're shitting and stomping on one of the most marginalized communities that exists. And also, what is this this idea that Dave Chappelle has, and apparently the Fred Hampton Leftist Network has, where that trans or gay people can't be black? You ever heard of a gay black person? Nope. You ever heard of a transgender non-white person? No, they're all white. In Dave Chappelle and the Fred Hampton Leftist universe, every single LGBT person is as white as they come. There's no such thing. Wait, you're black and you're trans? Impossible. It's impossible. You can't do it. In the eyes of Dave Chappelle and the Fred Hampton Leftist Network. So again, this idea, it's just again, they're part in a culture, right, where the lieutenant governor of North Carolina is calling transgender people filth. Well, there's a bill in the North Carolina State Assembly that says anyone under the age of 21, not 18, not 16, under the age of 21 can't get trans health care, right? Where half the country in the red states, they're trying to literally make being trans illegal. This is an attempted genocide, is what it is. And in these state houses, And in the federal House, all the people making arguments against trans people are using J.K. Rowling and Dave Chappelle's books and content and stand-up specials as a reason. Right-wingers are celebrating Dave Chappelle. They're citing J.K. Rowling in Congress as a way to try to enact a genocide of transgender people. And these stupid, dumb, bitch fuck motherfuckers don't even understand it. Oh, but Dave's got a dead trans friend whom he misgenders. Therefore he can't be trans. He just can't. I shook the hand of a black person one time. That vaccinated me so that I'm never going to be ever possibly construed as racist ever again in this world of fantasy and fucking whatever it is. I don't know, man. It's fucking cringe. It's cringe. It's cringe. And anyone who takes this shit seriously, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry. You're a loser. You are a loser. You're a cringe lord loser. Speaking of cringe, my community is toxic. I should know this. What does that mean? My community is toxic. I mean, like, if you coming into the chat and saying you hate trans people and then promptly getting made fun of makes my community toxic, sorry about your luck, bro. I don't know what to tell you. WTF nationwide. I'm glad he's done making jokes about gays. You guys can't take a joke. First of all, I wouldn't really consider myself gay. Second of all, who's he? Third of all, you guys can't take a joke. What is the joke? I don't understand. This is my problem. I haven't heard the joke yet. Like, I'm Team TERF. I agree with billionaires who want to kill trans people. What's the joke? Where's the joke aspect? Where's the punchline? Yeah, I'm Team TERF. Like, where's the joke? Like, I'm trying to find it. Like, if I go out there and have, like, a racist tirade and then say, oh, I'm just joking. I mean, I don't know, where's the joke? If I go out there and say, I hate gay people, I once beat the shit out of a gay person, because that's what Dave Chappelle did. He, in his stand-up special, said, I beat the shit out of, like, a lesbian woman. And then, like, that's a joke? Yeah, I just beat the shit out of her in broad daylight. I'm glad she didn't press charges. And then everyone else was like, like, how is that a joke? Like, what's the joke aspect? Like, if he's, like, playing a character, right, and saying, like, man, wouldn't this be really stupid if I were about to say this? And imagine people actually believe this. And then he said something stupid, and then afterward he was like, man, that would be really fucking funny if someone actually believed that stuff. Then maybe there would be a joke. But I beat the shit out of a lesbian. That's real funny. That's not a joke. Where's the joke? What's the funny part? WTF nationwide. Either it's a joke or you're just spreading propaganda and hatred. You can't say, oh, Dave Chappelle's just joking, and then say things like real women? Huh? I thought he was joking. I thought the whole point of you defending Dave Chappelle is that he's joking. How are you going to say Dave is joking and then say, real women? What? I thought it was a joke. Again, yeah, no. It's a joke. I'm not actually racist. No, it's a joke. But man, can you, like, believe that the blacks are sitting at the goddamn bar? But I'm not, no, it's just a joke. I was just joking. It's just a joke, but can you really believe that? Like, what are you doing, bro? I thought it was a joke. I thought the whole point of you coming in here was to say it's a joke. And now you're saying you agree with him and that he's not joking. What? What? Like, I'm just like, these motherfuckers are dumb as shit. They're dumb as fucking fuck. Like, they're dumb as fuck. Like, these motherfucking guys, like, are just so full of themselves. Like, it's fascinating. It is fascinating. It really is fascinating to me how anyone in their right goddamn mind, anyone could say 1 minute, oh, it's a joke, but by the way, even if he is joking, I agree with the hatred. What? What is a real woman? WTF nationwide. What is a real woman? What the fuck does that mean? Like, are you a real white person? Are you a real black person? What are these arbitrary distinctions? Are you real or are you fake? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You are in your own world. You are in your own fucking fantasy land. Like, you are in a fucking fantasy world right now? Yeah, so Dave Chappelle's joking, except I agree with his derogatory comments, except I'm going to defend him by saying he's joking, except even if he wasn't joking, I would agree with him, which means I think he's not joking, but I'm going to say he was joking. And by the way, real women? What? Like, how fucking stupid are you people? A natural-born woman passed through the body of a woman. What does that mean? A natural-born woman? Isn't everyone who's born naturally born? Do C-sections count? What are you talking about? Like, I mean, if C-sections don't count, then I guess I'm not real. I'm a fake human. I'm fake. I wasn't born naturally, because that's a distinction now. There's being born, and then there's being born naturally. What? What? Like, what? Bro, you sound like a dumb fuck. You sound like a stupid person. You are a stupid motherfucker. I thought Dave Chappelle was joking. Let me scroll up and read your first comment. I'm glad he's done making jokes about gays. First of all, about gays. So you started off by saying he's joking about gays, and then you start talking about trans people? What? Dude, you're a fucking stupid motherfucker. I already answered your question. I didn't strawman you. You said naturally born. What the fuck does naturally born mean? Think about yourself. Why are you in a fucking chat room trying to attack transgender people and gay people? Why are you doing this? Like, it is 9:30 in the morning. And you are spending your morning attacking minorities on the internet. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, listen to some music, play a video game, smoke some weed, drink some coffee, read a book. Call your friend who you haven't talked to in a couple years. What are you doing, dude? What is going on? Like, that is some significant mental illness. Like, severe mental illness that you are spending your morning. It is a beautiful morning outside. The birds are chirping. There's a slight drizzle. Right? And you're spending this precious morning, God's gift to us, attacking minorities in an internet chat room? Like, what? Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just... Fascinating stuff. But speaking of fascinating, someone I follow on Twitter posted this on Twitter. And I haven't heard of this guy in a long time, so I wanted to react to this content because I thought it's funny. So here's Sargon of Akkad, who apparently still exists. Now, this is the thing that really fascinated me, is that Sargon apparently still exists. I don't know when this clip was taken, but he's got a really good theory here about why men are actually being force feminized. And wait till you hear the vehicle for the feminization.
Our civilizations are being run by women who view masculinity as a pathology. You can see this over and over in anywhere in academia, practically. In the classrooms, young boys are just drugged now. Take your ADHD medication because you're not sitting still like a young girl does. It's like, well, as Christine Hoff Summers points out, boys are not defective young girls. They have...
Okay, whoa. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Okay? So, boys are force-fed ADHD medication so that they sit still like girls. Now, the implication is that girls in elementary school sit still. Like, what does that mean? Like, first of all, kids in general, they have a proclivity to running the fuck around. I don't know if you ever went to elementary school. I don't know, like, kids happen to run around. They have a lot of energy. It's not like, oh yeah, all the girls sit still and then the boys run around. That's not. And also, if the girls are sitting still, it's probably not because girls just naturally sit still. It's probably because they're forced to, because like they've got weird gender stereotypes that their parents force into them that make them act like noble or some shit, right? So the idea, like, I mean, the premise here is fucking incredible, right? So okay, now also every single male is force-fed ADHD medication. And that feminine, I'm sorry, okay, let's start this over. I need to, okay, let's get this.
Our civilizations are being run by women who view masculinity as a pathology. You can see this over and over in anywhere in academia, practically. In the classrooms, young boys are just drugged now. Take your ADHD medication because you're not sitting still like a young girl does. It's like, well, as Christina Hoff Sommers points out, boys are not defective young girls. They have different personalities. They have different, like, biologies.
Everyone has different personalities. Everyone has different biologies. To put people in these bizarre categories is strange. And also, why, like, can I get some fucking, like, Adderall or something? They're just handing them out to all the kids? Like, I want some. Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to, like, go back to, like, elementary school? Like, in one of those, like, you know, weird movies where, like, you know, the person time travels or something to get my fucking ADHD medication? Like, what is going on here? Like, they're just passing out fucking free, like, Schedule II drugs? Like,
something not the same. And essentially trying to engineer them into becoming young girls from an early age, as well as stretching on into their adulthood, is not good. Our civilizations are being...
good. Folks, it's not good. Again, I forgot this guy existed until, you know, someone I follow on Twitter posted that clip. And I'm glad I remembered this guy's existence because he is one dumb motherfucker. And also, I need to go back to school. If they're just handing out ADHD meds like candy, I need to go back to school. So I'm going to start studying, folks, because I'm in it to win it. Let's go. All right, folks. Let's talk about Joe-ass Biden. Actually, let's talk about Donald Trump first. What on God's green earth? There's so much going on in this fucking article. All right. So Donald Trump apparently had a rally in Iowa, and apparently his supporters are under the impression a civil war is coming and that Donald Trump will save the world. So this is from Newsweek. Donald Trump, well, I'm going to read it. Arnold Trump, the O in Arnold stands for Orange Man. Supporters at the Iowa rally on Saturday waiting for the ex-president to speak, worried about a civil war coming, and said he will save the world. Trump will address today's rally being held at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. Attendee Lori Levy told MSNBC that Republicans are about as weak as they possibly could be in Congress. She said that in her mind, GOP lawmakers are like Democrats, except for senators like Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, and Rand Paul. That's a weird list. They're establishment. They don't care about Americans, blah, blah, blah. I see a civil war coming. Here we have a video. Let's watch this video. This is incredible stuff here.
No, my whole family has turned liberal, and I don't know what happened because I didn't raise them that way.
Okay, so this poor young woman's whole family has turned liberal. And let's watch.
I know my whole family has turned liberal, and I don't know what happened because I didn't raise them that way. And they've all been brainwashed to think that he's the most horrible man ever when he's saving everyone.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to start getting...
I just like... Okay, what did Donald Trump ever do to save anyone? Like, that's my thing. When did he ever save anyone? Like, I'm so confused.
Emotional because everything depends on this. America depends on this. We have got to save. We've got to do everything we can.
What do we say? Like, again, if she was talking about climate change and how, like, oh, look, New York City just got fucking destroyed and it still hasn't recovered. Look at what's going on in New Orleans. Like, climate change, we're gonna fucking die. We gotta save us. But she's not. She's talking about, like cutting taxes for rich people. What is, like, what? Like...
And I'm not even an American citizen. I was born in England, but I've been here since I was 5, and this is my home. And we've got to save it. We've just got to.
God is with us, and the God wins in the end, right? That's why the enemy is lashing out right now.
We know we're going to suffer for a while, but it's going to be good. It's going to be more glorious than anything we've ever seen. We have to have faith in God and pray and do everything we can. Everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We will. I mean, just keep the faith. That's what
I have complete faith.
I would love to sit down with this woman and just ask them, saved from what? And just hear her 17-hour explanation about how, like, Nancy Pelosi is secretly a demon. And then I would love to ask her, so how is Trump gonna save us? Why doesn't anyone ask them that? How is Trump gonna save us? I don't know what the fuck we need to be saved from. This is, like, baffling to me, but let's go back to the article. One Trump supporter said that she decided to move from Alaska to Iowa after she learned that the former president will be... She moved from Alaska to Iowa after she learned that the former... Folks, I mean, like, what is going on with these motherfuckers? What the fuck, man? I have no further commentary for that one. There's a lot going on. But anyway, let's talk about this. So Joe Biden, in a rare act of not too bad, Biden declines Trump request to withhold White House records from Jan 6 committee. First of all, 14th Amendment Section 3 clearly states, those who engage in an insurrection or give aid or comfort to those engaging in insurrection are banned from federal or state office. So the entire Republican Party somehow is still in Congress, even though they should have been banned on January 7th. So I'm just throwing that out there. I have to get that out of there. But either way, let's talk about this. The White House on Friday formally blocked an attempt by former President Donald Trump to withhold documents from Congress related to the Jan 6th attack on the Capitol, setting up a legal showdown between the current and former presidents over executive privilege. In a letter to the National Archives obtained by NBC News, White House counsel Dana Remus rejected an attempt by Trump's attorneys to withhold documents requested by the House Select Committee regarding the then president's activities on January 6th, writing that President Biden has determined that an assertion of executive privilege is not the best in the best interests of the United States and therefore is not justified as to any of the documents. All right. So basically what he's saying is, have at it. Like, go through all of the archives, look at these drawers, we haven't gone through them yet, have fun. That's what he's saying here. These are unique and extraordinary circumstances, Remus added. Congress is examining an assault on our Constitution. An assault on the Constitution is not banning the entire Republican Party from holding office. That's an assault on the Constitution. The Democrats have assaulted our Constitution by not invoking the 14th motherfucking Amendment. They spent the entire Trump presidency, 25th Amendment, 25th Amendment. Why doesn't Pence invoke the 25th? Get Trump out of there, 25th Amendment. Now, where's the 14th fucking amendment? They love the Constitution so much when it comes to the 25th Amendment. What about the 14th Amendment? The one that says that you are able, constitutionally speaking, you have full power to destroy an entire party full of Nazis and fascists. You could just get them all out of office right now. They refuse to do so. So fuck the Democrats. They're weak, feckless, little spineless little bitches. That said, I like this move from Biden. Democratic institutions provoked and fanned by those sworn to protect them, and the blah, blah, blah. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki had telegraphed the move 2 weeks ago, saying President Joe Biden had already concluded that it would not be appropriate to assert executive privilege related to January 6th requests, but White House officials added that they had not yet done so related to requests from the Select Committee, blah, blah, blah. So basically, Trump's in a lot of problems here. I hope that Trump has to testify on this stuff. I haven't really been following it too well. Because, I mean, there's really not much news that's going to be gotten from it that I need to, like, watch the hearings about right now. But either way, this is definitely getting interesting. Still, the idea that they haven't kicked out the entire Republican Party from office, to me, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Like, it really is. 14th Amendment. Like, it says it right there. Like, you know when they wrote the 14th Amendment? After the Civil War. They were like, all right, we're going to try to prevent another Civil War, so we're going to put this in here. I guess doesn't matter anymore. I don't know, but whatever. Either way, hats off to Biden for that one. And also, Biden had another good moment a couple days ago that I really enjoyed. And so I saw that there was some right-wing meltdown over this one. But either way, so Joe Biden is talking about getting vaccinated. And so he releases a knowledge bomb, folks, that even before Biden's so-called mandate, it's not really a mandate, because he said either get vaccinated or don't. That's not a mandate. I want him to have a mandate. I want him to force every single adult who's healthy enough to get vaccinated to get vaccinated. That's what I want. That's my preference. I want, if necessary, strap them down in fucking chairs, get those fucking like weird belt things and like wrap their arms to the table and vaccinate these motherfuckers. That's what I support. I want to be very clear about that. I am slightly hyperbolic, though I do support mandatory vaccination for all U.S. citizens. If you want to go to the grocery store, you need to be vaccinated. Sorry, not sorry. Get your shit together. If you want to go to a job interview, you have to take a shower. So how come it's not that way for other basic hygiene? So that being said, Fox News requires vaccines. Let's listen.
Even this, I always get a kick out of. Fox News. Fox News requires vaccinations for all employees. Give me a break. Fox News.
Pretty good. I mean, I gotta say, I like Joe Biden's like folksy garbage. I do enjoy it. I think it is pretty fun. And it also triggers the fuck out of the Trumpers. And that's my thing, is I love to trigger the Trumpers. But either way, again, Fox News, even before the cringy mandate, the half mandate, the non-mandate that Biden put forward, Fox News still required people to get vaccinated. So when you see Tucker Carlson going up there and Sean Hannity going up there talking about the vaccines, it's a demon, it's the mark of the goddamn beast, we don't come but hell, and they're doing that shit. Their entire writing staff vaccinated. Their entire like producer staff vaccinated. Themselves vaccinated. Right? You need to understand, these motherfuckers are lying to you. Anyone who watches Fox News at this point is a fucking dumbass. I mean, they're stupid. They're dumb shit for brains, dumb fuck motherfuckers. And I love that Joe Biden is going out there making fun of them every once in a while. So, throwing that out there. That being said, Joe Biden, end the fucking filibuster, bitch. These Republicans aren't your fucking friends, bitch. How about you just fucking force your goddamn Democrat majority to end the goddamn filibuster, you stupid fucking little bitch. Do something for once in your goddamn life instead of being a stand-up comedian, you fucking moron. You're the goddamn fucking president. But at least he can be funny sometimes. I gotta, you know, we haven't had a funny president in so long, okay? Please, let me have it. But anyway, folks, that's the goddamn show for today. So I thank you all for watching. I apologize for yesterday. My video editing over the last couple days has been slow. I have not been feeling too well. But either way, I'm just throwing that out there, doing some house cleaning in my brain, if you will. I'm getting some ideas out into the ether. But either way, tonight I will be streaming for the Spook 5 Killer. I don't quite know what I'm going to be playing yet. I'm going to be honest, folks. I don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. Though, I will be streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It wasn't a hangover. It was emotional. I've been dealing with some emotional stress, let me tell you. But there's a lot going on. Yeah, my roommates had a habit of, like, buying alcohol and then having, like, one drink and then, like, having the rest of it be in the corner of the room. So, it's pretty good. As an alcoholic, pretty good. So I don't know quite yet what I'm going to be streaming tonight, but you will see on the page when I post that up. That being said, I did extend the bender by buying my own alcohol the other day. When I was finishing up Resident Evil 4, I bought a Four Loko, and that shit's like 12%, and it's like a giant-ass can. And wow, that fucked me up. Let me tell you, it fucked me up. I got fucked up, and not in the good dick way. I mean, it was not necessarily the bad dick way, but it was like the awkward dick way, you know, where it's like, you know. But anyway, so it fucked me up, and so I'm gonna stop drinking for a couple days. Anyway, famous last words, folks. Thank you all for watching. I will see you again later tonight for some video gameplay. Y'all have a good one. Bada boom. Where I pretend to talk to the producers in the background, folks. Also, that's loud. Why is that so loud? This is where I pretend to talk. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, this is like where I pretend, you know, I'm talking to the producers in the background. I'm talking to the studio audience. Right, I get up and, you know, I do this and I go like, whoa, look at you, haha! Right, that's what I'm doing. Look at this.
Well, first of all, I should say something about how we came to be here and why we're doing this, and then kind of what we had in mind. Originally, the idea had come up of me debating somebody else on this topic, and that didn't end up happening.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We could talk about Jimmy Dore could go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.